Yeah,
thing.
it's Tuesday. All right, boys, we live.
Whatever we have in that blunt, chill out, gang. Chill out with that.
I think somebody's in the fantasy championship. Is it J Rod up there? Oh wait, no, it's not. Is it?
No, it's not.
The guy down there.
It's not me. It's not me.
Oh.
It's
But I'll
It's
stay
just-
humble. I'll stay humble, like Logan Paul says.
You think you have a chance? You think you have a chance to win?
No, I don't think I have any chance.
I'm not gonna
I think I
lie.
had a chance
If you
against
keep,
You definitely got a chance.
if you beat me, since you beat me, I think you have a chance. That's what I'm gonna say.
Bro. Yeah, I sold like
Now, what a story would it be if Matthew wins?
I sold Jonathan Taylor sold me, Gibbs sold me heavy. I mean, no, he got me a couple good points, but it wasn't enough. I got murdered.
J Rod was telling me Taylor was the MVP of the league. I'm up to that.
Move on, bro. Move on. We're past this already. We're past this.
Are we ready?
Ready, bro. We're live. We been going. Everybody saw Matt and his glory.
No. Of course, he froze right there. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Hold on.
There we go. Yeah, we live, boys. Ready to rock. Man, you good?
Matthew Rodriguez, are you good?
Nah. See what happens when you gloat? You get silenced. You
Mo didn't want to say anything after all. Nice.
get
This is why you can't let guys like Matthew win anything, bro. You just have to let them get humbled, bro.
Yo, they really shut him down fast. Oh
Yeah.
man. He rocked you, bro.
Yo, I'm caught up.
Oh,
Yeah, bro, that was bad.
Oh,
Caught up to Stranger Things.
oh yeah, you caught up? You saw everything? Like
Yeah, Matt, we see you.
What you
I'm
doing?
caught up.
yeah, you kind of froze.
Hey, Stranger Things, a show that spent $500 million just to get outbid by Diddy. Nice, just to lose to Diddy's show by 50
Since
cents.
when is there a competition for a show that stays on a platform?
Bro, let Matthew talk about anything that he's never even graced. He's never even watched an episode on just to compare it. Oh my
Are you
god.
gonna sit here and tell me that the Diddy documentary was better than Stranger Things? Is that what you're gonna tell me?
It must be. It got more people watching it.
One is 4 episodes. The other one is what 5 seasons of many episodes. So
Yeah.
on to the next one.
Also, Diddy has like a
I'll take.
30-year head start. He's been relevant since the 90s.
Mm.
Of course, everybody's gonna want to see him put baby oil in places he's
Let me
not
just
baby
put,
oil.
let me just put these back on because J-Rod doesn't know what he's talking about right now. All right, boys. Busy weekend in sports across the NFL. Let's get into it. Let's start with the game that took years off my life, guys. On Thursday Night Football. Rams and the Seahawks. Seahawks win 38-37 in overtime. On unbelievable plays, unbelievable 2-point conversions, and unbelievable ending. The Seahawks are now the number 1 seed, first place in the NFC West. Rams are third place in the division, are now the number 6 seed. Raph, I'll start with you. Was this more about the Rams' loss or the Seahawks' win?
Yeah, this was definitely the Rams' loss. Like they lost that game. It wasn't, and they let the Seahawks take it from them. Hey, bro, like you said, you keep talking about this being the kicker being the problem, and like obviously the special teams coordinator got fired. By the way, that's the first time that McVay has ever done that in season. Matthew, you're saying that this is a kicker problem, but I'm gonna be honest. This is I don't see this as a kicker problem. I think it's whoever. I think it's a clutch problem. Are you going to be clutch enough to end it all? And I'm not only talking about Matthew Stafford, because at the end of the day, football, you're only as good as your defense, of course. But is the whole team, can they all put it all together and finish the job? And that's why I think that your Rams, Matt, are not going to do anything come playoff time. They're not.
Yeah, yeah. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head at the end. I think the reason I was so hesitant on the Rams in the beginning wasn't because the Rams were necessarily bad. I just didn't trust. I didn't think the team was good, and I don't trust anybody else. I didn't trust Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust them to get it done in the playoffs. However, watching this game now, seeing Sam Darnold after the fumble at the beginning, interceptions, turning over the ball, and coming back and winning that game, I have to say, the better defense is Seattle. They do have the higher seed. They do have a chance at the number one spot. Playing in Seattle, I know you guys, home field advantage doesn't mean anything. You're going to try to tell me the 12th man doesn't play a factor into these games now? So I think having Seattle be the number one seed, it's going to be tough for the Rams. So I think it was more of a Rams, it's more of a Seattle win than a Rams loss.
Wait, you're telling me the 12th man? Wait, I think we just put 37 points up on the 12th man. But what do I know?
And you lost. And you lost. You lost. You had a double score lead on them at one point too, and you just kind of just gave it away.
That has nothing to do with home field advantage. That's
not at all. I know LA Rams don't know what home field advantage is. They don't really have a home field. You know, they're not really home fans. I understand that, but
I got like the Giants, right? They're lovable home fans. Wait, Raph, where the Giants this year? Sure.
I don't know where they're at, Matthew. I don't know.
Right where the Jets are, and right where Shedeur Sanders is. Not in the fucking playoffs. Oh, sorry. Was that too many shots? I apologize.
I mean, I get it to the Jets.
Matt. You are not a Rams fan. You are a Jets fan.
You're right. You're right. But look, guys.
Tell them, Jay.
Go ahead, Matt.
This was about the Rams' loss because, like I said to start, this took years off my life. They were up 30-16, 8 minutes left. And then Darnold goes down the field and he throws a pick at the 1 yard line, and I'm like, we got him. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and text you guys and say it's over. This clown is who he's always been. And as usual, you know what? I don't really do that anymore because back in the day, he used to bite me in the you know what every time I texted too early. And this time it happened again. That's the last time I'm ever going to say anything until the clock hits 0.
I honestly thought the game was over because I was like laying down, I was watching it, I was listening to my headphones. So I thought the game was over because I was like, oh, Matt's texting, it's over.
They're up 16 points, and then he throws a pick, and it should be over. Nope, Rams go 3 and out. Punt return touchdown. Rams go 3 and out again. Touchdown, and guys, the 2-point conversion is the most nonsensical thing I've ever seen in my life.
I thought you weren't gonna mention
that was garbage. The Rams were robbed there. That was 2 points that was given to Seattle to tie the game. I don't care what the rule book says. The whistle was blown. The play is dead. You can't just go and overturn it. That's just garbage. That's just garbage.
There was 4 minutes left in the game at that point, like 4:30 left.
Yeah. That's just horrible. And then here came overtime. Matthew Stafford, a Puka, all season long, did it again. Rams go up a touchdown. Then the defense folds. Guys, they're third place in the division now. The Niners are ahead of them. And you look at the losses the Rams have had this year. A loss to the Eagles early in the season.
Yep.
Missed field goal, blocked field goal.
Here we go.
Lost to the 49ers a few weeks back in overtime. It's 4th and 1. They could kick the field goal to tie it in overtime. Stafford was dealing the whole overtime period. No, Sean McVay says, here you go, Kyron Williams. gets stuffed. And then now this week, they fired the special teams coordinator, as they should have, because this was everything on the special teams going bad. And I told you guys they have a kicker problem. That's the problem. If Matt Gay was still there, like he was in 21, he went.
Wait, whoa. Skip Bayless. Hold on, Skip. I understand that Matt Gay, he did walk them off against the Bucks, but let's not forget that Matt Gay did miss that field goal that let Brady come back. Do not forget about that. Do not forget about that.
But he made up for it.
They did win that game, though.
They won the game. Yeah. He made up for it in the end when it mattered.
It doesn't
game
matter
on the
if
line.
you win. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you win. I will agree, Matt, that 2-point conversion was malarkey. That shit was bullshit. You know, Nate brought up a good point. What if like somebody just like threw the ball backwards and the receiver just punched it into the end zone, and then like someone just recovered it? Like would that count? Would that be okay? Like because they're saying he threw it backwards and then fumbled it forwards.
They're saying like it's basically like how at the end of the game when they're throwing lateral passes to each other, right? Like the whistle isn't blown dead until somebody touches it.
I thought you couldn't advance the ball unless you were the one that fumbled it, or is that only if you advanced the ball already?
But it's not. I don't think it's considered a fumble though. It's just like on any lateral, you have to recover it.
I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, it's considered a loss for the Rams. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. It is considered a loss for the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford. That is all that I care about. So I can give a damn about anything else.
So Matt, is your confidence shook? Are you?
It is a little bit, yeah, because the special teams hadn't reared its ugly head since that Eagles game. And this time it did in another big game. And it's like, those are things that win and lose games in the playoffs.
So right now, if they was locked in, they would be facing, there's a 6 seed, so they'll be facing the 2 seed, which would be, who's that right now? Bears?
No, they'd be playing the 3. They'd be playing the
Eagles. Eagles.
That's not good. Look, I will say this though: the Rams' last 2 games are.
Wait, he's gonna go to Hurts at Hurts.
You play Rams play San Francisco last game, right?
No, they play the Falcons and the Cardinals.
They played.
The 49ers played the Seahawks last game.
Okay, so you need Seattle to beat.
I think if we win the last 2 games, we're at least going to get second place in the division.
Right.
But it's not over yet for the division. It's
not looking good.
I don't even know what to say. But guys, did Sam Darnold, did he prove himself to you guys? Did Raf get a little just because wait, he sucked those first 3 quarters and then 3.5 quarters, and then all of a sudden he said, "Hold on. I'm Sam Darnold from USC, the 3rd pick in the draft in 2018.
Don't do that, man. Don't say it like that. Don't say like he's a guy. Don't say he's Sam Darnold from this. Don't do that.
There goes Sam freaking Darnold to that's Sam fucking Darnold right there.
And then last year, what happened at the end of the season? He turned to Sam freaking Darnold's back. Especially the last games of the season.
But that could be big.
Listen,
this could be big.
Listen, I will say I feel better about him, but again, like he meets, I don't know. What if he meets the Rams again in the first round? You taking him over Stafford?
I'm not taking anybody over Stafford. That's
okay. So what if he meets who would be the 5th seed? Packers right now?
No, the Niners are the 5th seed right now.
You taking him with Brock Purdy and the Niners?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not going that far.
In Seattle, like if it's in Seattle,
Raph, but I'm not going that far.
Me either.
I still think he's Sammy Boy from the Jets.
Mr. Seeing Ghost. I'm always gonna see him like that.
Yeah, I think he's
All right, guys. Well, let's move on here. Couple of teams here gone under the radar this season. The Jaguars with a big win in Denver, snapping the Broncos' 11-game winning streak. The 49ers beating Grandpa Rivers and the Colts 48-27. They're both 11-4 now. J-Rod, which team we've been overlooking the most?
It got to be the Jags, right? I mean, we've been talking about the Broncos, the defense. They've been killing all year, and the Jags have been kind of just sitting in the background, just winning games. You know, and I think the issue was that they weren't. The defense was fantastic, but Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing that well in the first couple of games at the beginning of the season. He's been killing it these past couple of games. He's been coming back as that guy that he was supposed to be drafted as, coming from Clemson, and he's showing up at the right moment. They're getting hot at the right time, and a lot of people said that Denver was the best team in the NFL, and they went up there and they beat them, handily. Like, it wasn't like a fluke here, a fluke there. They actually went up there and beat the Denver Broncos. So it's obviously the Jaguars have been overlooking now. We're talking about them here. I don't think we ever mentioned the Jaguars once on this podcast. So the fact that we're talking about them now means that they're the ones that are overlooked. So right now, I think I would still take the Patriots as the best team in the AFC right now. Still, even I know they had that close game against the Ravens, but I still think I'm gonna take them as the best team right now over the Jags.
Well, I'll say it's the 49ers, guys, just because all the injuries the 49ers have had. I mean, they're down Nick Bosa, they're down Fred Warner, they're down Brandon Ayuk. Brock Purdy was out to start the year.
Talk about Brandon Ayuk, bro, please.
I mean, he's all right. Brock was out to start the year. And they've gone under the radar. They've won big games. Like I said before, they beat the Rams. I mean, they're there. They could win the division. They could end up with the number 1 seed. And nobody's really talking about it. I mean, the 49ers, they've been there before. They've gone to the Super Bowl.
I think that's why, though. I think because they've been there already. I think because they were at the championship game and in the playoffs that we're kind of expecting them to be there.
I don't think anybody's expecting them to be there.
I mean,
when the season started, we think, oh, they're a cute team. You know, it's not really going to be. They're just the 49ers. Like
I guess if we would pick who had a better chance, I think more people would pick the 49ers over the Jags in the beginning of the season. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay. And the fact that, like, you know, having it's still the 49ers. Then they like that's a big marquee franchise. The Jags. You know, nobody's really talking about who's a Jags fan, not me. I know the people in AEW, they're probably a whole bunch of Jags fans. You know what I mean? I've never met a Jags fan in my life, but I can see what you're saying because, especially with the injury, like early in the season.
The most overlooked team was the question, Matt?
Yeah, Jags and 49ers.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get with the Jags. You know, we always had these questions about Trevor Lawrence and, you know, what is this new coach going to do with them? But I'll definitely say the Jags. But at the end of the day, we're always going to get these teams. We talked about it earlier in the year that we're always going to get these teams that we're not really, like, looking at. But at the end of the day, they're going to try to make it. And we all thought it was going to be the Colts this year with DJ. But it ended up not being him, and the fact that they're doing this without Travis Hunter being like he's out for the season, maybe he comes back during the playoffs. But if they're not doing this with their Ferrari out, then that's a pretty good sign. But like you said, Jay, the Patriots keep getting it done. You know, they got it done against the Ravens, and I think that basically is going to knock them out. Though they already knocked them out of the playoffs, so that's big. But regarding the San Francisco 49ers, we're not talking about Kyle Shanahan, bro. Like, bro, he's doing this with Mac Jones and Brock Purdy, bro. That's insane to me, bro. Those are two guys who are game managers, and guys like Matthew Stafford, who's just another average game manager, just like that.
Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler. I'm just saying, he was a Pro Bowler.
Bro, yeah, that's just crazy. Like we haven't talked about the 49ers once this whole series, bro. So courtesy to them for sure. But we'll have to wait and see, bro. I this is the most wide open I've seen the NFL be in a while, bro.
It's
Because we went from the Brady era right to the Mahomes era, you know, like right after.
Mhm.
So it's like now it's like I said, I don't think Mahomes is ever gonna get back there. So it's like who's gonna get the torch now? You know what I'm saying? So we're just have to wait and see.
Real quick on that Shanahan thing, I do agree he's a great quarterback, but he also has to take his lickings too. He did draft Trey Lance, and that was an awful draft, so he has to own that too. So yeah, he stuck with Mac Jones and Brock Purdy, but remember, he did trade up to get Trey Lance, who turned out to be a flop. So he has to own that just a little bit.
Ralph, your guy though, Trevor Lawrence, like you were big on him coming out of college. You thought he was the future of the league. I mean, look, he's doing
bro.
something now.
The prince who was promised.
The prince who was promised to the NFL. Ralph, you
Yeah,
don't think the Jaguars could make the Super Bowl?
I mean, listen, they got a new coach. He went to the playoffs with what's his name, Doug Peterson, right? So we'll have to wait and see. My assessment always is that when I see quarterbacks and I see that they've already been in the playoffs, now you have a higher critique that has to be put on you because you already know how it feels to be in the playoffs. So like for him, like if he wants to take that next step, you have to like win one or more, not only one because he's already won one. You need to win multiple playoffs games and see if we can actually take a team. Like we just mentioned, the AFC is wide open. Like we see the Patriots and we see the Broncos like threats, but at the end of the day, are any of them like a major threat? No, everybody can defeat each other. We can see everybody defeat each other. So, you know, we're definitely going to see in this playoff run who's like going to take or try to take the torch because, Matt, your guy's not there. You know, Burrow's not going to be there. Lamar's not going to be there. Mahomes, he's not going to be there, but technically he doesn't need to be there. You know, he can retire right now. And he's in first ballot Hall of Famer, but we're just gonna have to wait and see who's gonna be the next great quarterback.
Yeah, you're right. It's wide open, and I think there's no juggernaut because every team is losing, right? Like the Denver Broncos were that juggernaut, they lost. You know, the Patriots were that juggernaut, they lost to the Bills 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So like there is no team that's like they can't be beaten. Right now the Bears are number one in the NFC right now. And a couple weeks ago, Raph told me not to talk about the Bears because he doesn't want to hear anything about them. They're the luckiest team ever. And now look at them. They're literally 2 games away from having the bye week. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I still think they're pretty lucky. I saw that game. When was it? On Sunday night. God, that was luck.
That's
luck. Brutal.
That's luck.
Listen, sometimes, guys, when a team is that lucky, that's all you need, bro. Sometimes they're just lucky, and they just ride into the Super Bowl.
That's true. Wait, that's true, but we always know this, guys, that the luck will always run out. It's always gonna run out, bro.
I don't think Brady's luck ever ran out. Brady should have like 3
Wait. Is that luck or is that consistency? Because Matthew's main thing.
Stop it.
Catch that Julian.
Bro, it cannot be luck if this keep happening, bro. That's just not luck, bro.
Okay, hold on.
You talk about luck? I know something about luck. I know somebody catching a ball with their helmet. That's what I call luck.
Okay.
That's what I call luck.
No, that's skill.
You got it. It takes luck and skill. Okay, it was skill that Brady led that comeback 28-3 down against the Falcons.
Oh, it's not.
Luck, hold on. It was luck that fucking Edelman caught that ball basically off the ground. How the hell does he catch that? But we want to talk about helmet catch. How about the double catch, basically centimeters from the ground? How about the tuck rule?
Wait, Matt.
Where literally Brady fumbles. Okay? What about Pete Carroll making the worst call in Super Bowl
That's not my
history?
problem. That's not luck. That's not luck.
That's luck.
There are 32.
Bro, then we can say that about every single thing in all of sports, bro. We're not doing that. We're not going to discredit these legends.
You're right. We can say that about every single sport. You're right. But we can say about Tom Brady multiple times because it's happened for him multiple times just for him. And it's like crazy stuff too.
Explain to me how the 28-3 comeback was luck. I want to hear.
Because the Falcons were there not running the ball. They kept throwing the ball all over the
So
field.
that's
They
luck?
weren't running
That's
the
not
clock.
luck.
That's luck. That's just being a dumbass.
Because exactly
No, bro.
any other team they're playing, any other coaches would be like, let's just run the clock out. We're up.
That's not my problem.
3.
That's not my problem. That's not my guy's problem. That's not luck, bro. Because luck would have been okay. You were talking about luck, Matt. Luck is that your guy Breeze and the Rams cornerback that was a PI.
That's bad luck. Breeze has the worst luck I've ever seen.
That's bad.
That's
Okay,
the worst luck I've ever seen.
Raph, what about the holding call was it holding or offsides that got called on the Chiefs after they picked
That's
Brady
luck.
off in the AFC Championship?
Is that luck?
That's luck. He's a
Is that
pre-snap
luck?
penalty. Mahomes is a pre-snap penalty away, and he's going to the Super Bowl.
Bro,
Stop
and
it.
I remember it. It was like
That is
a centimeter. He was like a centimeter offside. Like that's not getting called anywhere else except for Brady.
no. Stop. Let's just get that agenda
And that's
out of
not
the way
talking
right
about the
now.
luck. That's not
He
talking about
had
the
his
luck.
whole hand. Jay, he had his whole hand over the line, bro. Let's not do this right now,
Let's
bro.
talk about
Let's
how he
not
was
do-
lucky enough to
Hold
play
on.
in the AFC
Every
East
time we play
against
football-
these bums. Okay, how about that? How about that type of luck?
Okay. Okay, listen, that's not my problem. The East has been so ass ever since, like, he's been good ever since they left. It's not my problem. That is not our fault either, bro. But, man, you can say that with everything, bro. Everything in sports, you can call that luck, but I'm not going to discredit
Right, like all of
legends,
your
bro.
guys, they have the greatest luck. That's good for them.
Wait,
Curry,
okay, so
greatest
Matthew
luck.
Stafford got lucky that Cooper Kupp was on his team, right? That's luck, right?
Wait, I think Matthew Stafford made Cooper Cup. How about that one, buddy? Because where's Cooper?
He's
Oh,
playing,
no.
he's
Oh,
playing okay.
interesting you
He's playing
said-
okay. He's been okay.
Say that because who won Cooper Kupp?
Should have been Matt Stafford.
Right.
I think he threw a no
Right,
pass for
right.
for
Oh my God! Really? Oh, so you went these over?
Wait,
Oh, no,
what
that's what you went.
What about Tom Brady playing in a home Super Bowl game? Okay, with the whole opposite offensive line being hurt.
Thank you.
With the whole
Thank you.
offensive
The
line
whole
being
hurt.
entire line
Wait,
The
was
whole
wait.
out.
line was hurt.
I'll give you the offensive line being that's luck. That's luck. The home field advantage, we're not doing that. Don't even do that to my guy,
They were
bro.
no-
It's like
Oh
so he
my
was like,
God.
I mean, okay, I'm not saying the home field advantage. I'm just saying he got lucky enough to have a home field in the Super Bowl. He was the first quarterback to ever get that.
Mind you, they announced that before they
I
even
know,
start playing.
I know.
games,
No,
bro.
that's not luck. But the fact
the
that
offensive
the
line is
entire
luck.
run to the Super Bowl, there were no fans in the. There was half of fans in the stands because there was COVID.
No,
Okay. I
Brady
see what
didn't
you're doing.
experience no fans. Fans matter.
No, I don't
Imagine
care.
having to go to Green Bay. You went to Green Bay there with 2 fans in the stands. Nice.
Right. But let me tell you something like this, Matt. Let's say it was one of any of your guys that happened. That's a legitimate ring.
No,
Don't even
COVID
tell me
rings,
differently.
No
And-
COVID
and
rings.
Matt,
No. If the Yankees had won the World Series, it doesn't count.
Matt,
Didn't count.
again, good point bringing the Green Bay game. What happened? Tom Brady was so ass in that game, and Aaron Rodgers just couldn't
No.
fucking get the ball in the end zone,
No.
bro. Like
He was
should've
ass in the
fucking
second
lost that
half.
game.
In the second half, when
Bro, he was good. Listen, bro. In the first half, he did great. The second half, he played like a game manager. That's all of your guys. That's what you're used to, Matt. You're used to game managers. All your guys are game managers.
they game.
Stafford's not a game manager. I don't know what's it. But
Well,
sorry,
Stafford's gonna win
we
MVP
got on
as a
track.
game manager. Stafford's gonna win MVP as a game manager, right?
Yeah, no, Stafford's not a game
Never.
manager.
I mean, he has. This is the luckiest year for him to be MVP because there's no one else. There's no one else. There's no one else.
Wait, yeah, I don't think Drake May has a shot to win. You think it's
No.
You think it's
If you look at
close Stafford?
Because Padford has the stats. That's why.
That's
That's why.
I think if Josh Allen had done like great against the Browns, and maybe like if they had won out the rest of the year, I think actually Josh Allen would have had
I don't know, man.
a chance more than Drake.
I know.
Bro, no.
I know Drake has
Because the league wants Josh Allen to be fucking great.
I don't know. I think
If you look at the stats, the only one close is Jared Goff, bro. If you look at the stats, the only one is Jared Goff near him,
Goff's
bro.
not winning shit, bro. Let's not even
Wait,
talk.
speaking
Oh
of
my god, what a
Jared,
transition.
Goof.
Let's not talk about this.
Speaking of Jared Goof,
Can I start, Matt?
The Lions lose to Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers 29-24. And wait, Raph, if I told you that the Bucks are in first place, J-Rod, at least J-Rod has one. No, they're not. Because the Bucks lose to the Panthers 23-20 as Baker Mayfield throws an awful interception to end the game. Both teams are out of the playoffs right now. J-Rod,
Nah, let Raph start.
are you hopping off? I think we got to start with you.
What's up with me?
Are you hopping off the train on both these teams?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm actually hopping off the Lions train. I think I'm gonna stick with the Bucks just for now, and here's why. I think the Bucks still have a chance to win the division. I still don't trust the Panthers. I know what I saw. I know they just went up in there, and there was a moment where Bryce Young escaped those tackles in the pocket, and he threw that dot, and I was like, okay, I gotta take a step back, and maybe I gotta reevaluate this guy, because that was pretty impressive. I just think that there's just too many teams who are like, was expected to do bad and doing well, that one of them has to fall off. And I just think the Panthers are just not a constructed team just yet. So I think that they're going to fall short, and I still have faith that the Bucks are going to win the division. Baker Mayfield is clutch. He can turn it on when he needs to be. I know that pick. It was awful. It looked like he ran the wrong route. That's what I'm going to say to make myself feel better. It looked like he ran the wrong route. He was supposed to cut to the sideline, and he cut in, and that's why he threw the ball. But yeah, it was bad. But it was nothing what happened with the Lions and Jared Goff. You telling me that Jordan Love goes out with a concussion? And sorry, I apologize. That was because you said Aaron Rodgers. I thought about Green Bay and the Steelers. You're telling me you have a Steelers team. You're telling me you have a Steelers team who's being every other week they're trying to fire their head coach. Okay, they come in there, 42-year-old quarterback sitting back there. That man has been the bane of your existence for a decade plus. You should have this circled on your calendar. Must win, must dominate, must make a statement. And they just couldn't run the ball. They couldn't move, and Jared Goff played awful. And I don't want to talk about the end play, about the maybe fumble, him jumping in the end zone. It didn't fucking matter. It shouldn't have been that close. The Detroit Lions are meant to win a Super Bowl. That's it. That's what they got to NFC Championship already. The next step is Super Bowl. If it's not Super Bowl, then it doesn't matter. And they're not even gonna make the fucking playoffs this year. And I try to defend Jared Goff. You guys know I try to make it seem like he got done dirty in LA, that he was actually a good quarterback. He has the weapons. He has the running game. Maybe the O-line is not as good as it used to be, but it's not one of the worst. And it seems like if you can get any type of pressure on him, he turns into a pumpkin. He turns into that Jared Goff that got traded from LA. So right now, as presently constructed, I'm off the Lions. I'm off Jared Goff. I don't think he's ever going to win a Super Bowl. This was his best situation. And I think the Lions are going to start looking for a replacement, because they have the receivers. They have the run game. You don't want to waste this just because you don't have the guy behind center. So, I want the Lions to win. I root for Dan Campbell, so I really hope they turn it around. But this season looks like it's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Rodriguez beat me in fantasy this week. He beat me by, I would say, 26 points-ish. And there's only one man I can blame for this. And it's Jared Goff is the reason why Matthew beat me this week. I've had some people underperform. I've had some people underperform, some people overperform. But at the end of the day, I needed those two line receivers to get their job done. And if they went on their own averages, I probably would have won the matchup. And why didn't they do it? Because Jared Goff couldn't beat the Steelers defense. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because they're probably going to look at his stats this year. 32 touchdowns, maybe 8 interceptions. And they're going to be like, it wasn't his fault. So I think they're going to run it back with him next year. But at the end of the day, I said it. That offense, that was Ben Johnson. That was Ben Johnson. And no one wanted to hear me out. These two clowns didn't want to hear me out. And would you look at that? Ben Johnson, in his first year as a head coach, where's Ben Johnson, Matthew Rodriguez?
Top of the NFC. Yeah.
He made $1 million bucks, bro.
But listen, I don't know. The Lions, I think they're going to just run it back next year, see how it goes, and then maybe next year they reevaluate them at quarterback. And regarding the Panthers and Bucks, bro, I'm gonna still say me and Matthew said Panthers, bro. J-Rod was saying that, I believe in Baker, he's clutch. He hasn't been clutch in week 7? Wait, what week are we in now, Matthew? What week are we in now, Matt? I think we're in week 100,000 now. It's too late for that. But yeah, I think the Panthers are going to be the winners. Because, man, there's always going to be this one team, the power of friendship. Every year is a power of friendship for all sports. And the Carolina Panthers are the team of power of friendship, bro.
I thought the Jaguars the power of friendship. Or the Broncos are like there's so many teams that were supposed to be not good and are just rocketing up.
J-Rod, since the beginning of the year, you've told me the Lions are the team in the NFC. You had your NFC Championship game as the Lions and the Bucks. And J-Rod, when the Lions traded, let me rephrase that. When the Rams traded Jared Goff, because the Lions didn't trade for Jared Goff, the Rams traded Jared Goff for something better. Jared Goff is not good. He's just mid. He is just the guy. That's all he's ever been. He put up 3 points in the Super Bowl once upon a time. That told me everything I needed to know about Jared Goff.
Matt, you have to understand. I saw this man go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes on Monday Night Football. I saw it. I saw it with my eyes. And he won. He won that game.
J-Rod saw that 54-51 game once upon a time against Mahomes, and he said,
I was like,
oh, that kid's special.
I was like 18 when that happened.
The Lions, I don't know what they do, Raph, like you said, they may run it back. They could look at his stats and be like, our defense kind of sucks too. It wasn't what it used to be. It's not the whole biting the kneecaps off and getting back up that it's supposed to be, but so they probably run it back. But J-Rod, like you said, they have the receivers, have the back and Gibbs, have a team. Jared Goff is a problem. It's a problem there. As far as the Bucks, J-Rod, 3 weeks ago, me and you were having a conversation about the Panthers and whether they were mid or Bryce Young was good.
Yeah, it was not a good week for me.
And you and Ethan were telling me, oh no, they suck. They're so bad.
Yeah.
Now,
Wait, two things can be true. They can be in the playoffs and they can be mid, and that's exactly what they are. They're mid.
I mean,
they're just going to make the
any
playoffs.
team coming from the South is going to be mid. Like, whether the Bucks win, I think they're going to lose in the first round anyway, so.
Oh, Matt, your agenda, they're still not a good team. They're just mid, and they're lucky at their division
what would
is
they,
mid.
So if they win a playoff game, would that change?
I'll be shocked.
If right now, if they're the 4th seed, they play the 49ers right now.
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked to be any team in the playoffs right now.
That would mean they're not mid.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. But look, J-Rod, Lion season is over. Time to pack it up there, and the Buck season is over. The Panthers are going to beat them in Week 18. You're going to beat them, and the Bucks. This is a little bit too on Todd Bowles, my former guy with the Jets, because they were already in field goal range. They could have just kicked the field goal and gone to overtime. No, they just kept trying to inch closer instead of running. No, they were passing it, and things like that could happen when you throw the ball. That's why you just run. That's why, especially across the middle of the field, like
I mean,
you just gotta run it at that point. Kick the field goal.
I'm going for the win, but I see your point. I see what you're saying.
But it's over for your two guys. I don't know what's happened to Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Since they were, what did they start to see? Were they 3-0, 4-0 to start the year? I don't know what's.
5-1 at one point, and then they just. And I want to say injuries, but majority of people came back from injury yesterday. So what can I say now? He threw a pass before the interception that should have been picked too, and then he threw a terrible pass for it to get intercepted. So yeah, I can't say nothing today. Like, it is what it is. Like, the Lions are done, and the Bucs don't look too great right now. The Giants are the first pick in the draft, so you know. It's great being
Any chance you could trade that with us, Jets? You guys wouldn't do a little. You don't need a quarterback, you know. You have your guy, like you said.
What would you give us? I don't know. You gave all your assets away to fucking Dallas.
We could look at a little hometown discount, share stadium discount. You know, just some discounts.
You get as many fans as we get, and that's nobody. We're splitting the fare, okay? I don't think we can sell out.
Is Jackson Dart your franchise quarterback?
What happened?
Is Jackson Dart your franchise quarterback?
Yes, bro. Chris Collinsworth. Oh, not Chris. Colin Hurd. Chris Colin Hurd is his name? Am I pronouncing his name correctly?
Colin Coward, yeah.
He needs to shut the fuck up, bro. What is he talking about? We just got him. And he's talking about you need to trade him and get what's his name? Frank? What's his name? Fernando. Fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. Can we please just stick to the QB? Get a head coach. Bring in. I know it's controversial. I know it's gonna be controversial. But Britain Gruden, just bring him in. He can handle New York. He likes Jackson Dart. He's hungry. He's going to fix all his shit. Just bring him in and let him head coach. If not, please find somebody that can be adequate and good for our quarterback. Because that's what we need. We need to just focus on one person. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
people just trying to get rid of
Is Jackson Dart the answer, man? Is Jackson Dart the answer, man? I think
you got to give him a chance. Yeah, you just drafted him.
Hey, man, if Fernando Mendoza is the guy that Matthew tells me he is, why can't the Giants just pull up Chicago Bears? They have the first pick.
So look, J-Ron,
trade Justin Fields.
J-Ron, I'm going to need you to lose again to the Raiders, okay? I'm going to need you to lose again this week to the Raiders. Then, and since the Browns said, since Raph telling me that Shadur is the guy, the Browns won't need a quarterback. That means the Jets can just slide in there at the number 3 pick.
The Browns are gonna pick a quarterback, bro.
We're probably gonna trade that pick, honestly, because why would we need it? We're gonna look for assets. So I'm trying to think who would we give it to and what would we want?
Well, the Jets can offer you
Gary Wilson.
Here we go.
I'm just saying, bro.
You can offer your kicker, Nick Folk, legend.
What is fucking wrong? Even though I really need a kicker because this young
Nick Folk has not missed all year.
Can't fucking kick dirt for some reason. He's kicking the fucking grass, so I actually could use a kicker right now. But no, I'll take Gary Wilson lining up across from Malik Neighbors. That's what I'll take. I'll take that all day, every day. But you're gonna have to throw something else in there. I'm not giving you my first round pick for a receiver. What do you think? I'm nuts? I'm not fucking stupid.
Speaking of teams that couldn't need quarterbacks, or maybe not, I don't know, depending on who you are. Shadur Sanders, another loss here.
Every week, bro.
23-20 to the Bills. Close game, tight game. Shadur's stats: 20 for 29, 157 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks. Raph, what'd you see from Shadur Sanders this week?
good first half, and mid second half. It's kind of hard. I'm gonna be honest because obviously you want to see the guy. When you're a fan of someone, you want to see them do good and all, and also trying to balance expectations because obviously I think so much of him, but also like understanding like that it's a process and like many other good quarterbacks in our league has not had good rookie seasons. The past our past MVP this year, Josh Allen had a horrible rookie season, and I'm not trying to compare the two, but it's just like me as a fan watching it, it's just like I have to understand that like not every rookie is going to click like that, and it takes time. So, of course, we don't know if he's going to get the opportunity elsewhere. But so far, I would call him a game manager that needs to improve his decision makings because I do see that he does. He has he has an arm, he has good throws, but sometimes he does like overthinks, and he doesn't like throw it the second that he needs, so he just waits for it, and that's a problem that you cannot have, especially playing against these elite defenses that you're going to face in the future. But listen, it's a work in progress. He's still a rookie, and I told you I'm going to tell you every week, Matt, that whether he does good or not, my critiques for him start in season 2 if he gets the opportunity, because of course none of this is for sure.
Yeah, I think that I kind of want him not to be on the Browns anymore. I kind of want it to be somewhere else. I just think the vibes there are weird with him and Kevin Stefanski right now, and maybe even the rest of the team. Like there's like this hostility against him, and I'm starting to see like I don't know if he just is a problem in the locker room, but if he's gonna stay with the Browns, yeah. One of the things people complain about is the speed of the game, right? Like, it's just faster in the major levels. Like, that's the one thing. Like, everything moves faster. Like you said, he's got to be quicker with his decisions. If you see somebody open, just make the read, shoot it in, trust your receiver to catch the ball. I know that I think seeing him these past couple games has made me more confident in him, and I think he will start next year for the Browns over Gabriel. But I hope in the offseason they give him some real reps. He works with the first team. He actually tries to get along with his coaches and actually invest the time into him, because I think he's proven that he can somewhat hang. He's a decent player. He's not a 5th round bum. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually a decent QB, and I think he can be one of the 32 quarterbacks in the league. And for sure, he can be a backup, I think. So,
for sure, he can be a backup. Yep. That was the best part of everything you just said. For sure, he can be a backup. Shadur Sanders, 2 picks in this game. The first one not his fault, right? Went off the receiver's hand. Nobody did throw it behind him, and he threw a 100-mile-an-hour heater at him. I mean, that's just, you got to know to throw a little softer and in front of him. And the second pick was awful. And then Raph, like you said, he holds the ball too long. His decision making is not there like it should be, and that's expected. Somewhat of a rookie, but maybe not as a rookie that's poised to be the GOAT, like some people say. He has 8 picks in 5 games and a quarter of what he played in Baltimore that first game. That's not ideal. But sure, if the grading starts next year, I guess he'll take an F for the year. Is that accurate, Ralph? He'll take an F for the year, and then
no, I'm not giving him an F, especially if you can end off the season good.
it's incomplete.
I'll give it like a C- or a D, man. Not an F.
It's incomplete assignment. He hasn't gotten a full season. How can you adjust him without getting a full season?
Raph, big time fight on Friday. Your 2 guys.
Nope. Wait, not starting the segment like this. Nope. None of them were my guys. None of them. Nope.
Raph's guys, I like it.
Raph's guys here. Jake Paul, he's watched since the beginning of his career, and Anthony Joshua. Big time fight on Friday night. And Anthony Joshua, 6th round KO, Raf. What's next for Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua after this one?
No, before you go, Raph.
Well,
He didn't only just KO him. What else did he do?
Broke his jaw.
Broke his fucking
Double broken jaw.
Right.
no, yeah, that's the thing. If who should I start with, AJ or Jake?
I guess AJ would be quicker, right?
AJ, listen, he should have never this fight. We knew what was gonna happen. Let's be honest. AJ's a 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. He's a gold medalist. Like this is his profession. Obviously, I never had any doubt, but of course, there's always that one chance that you can get the lucky shot. AJ. I guess you're gonna face Tyson Fury next. That's who you called out, and that's pretty much what you're missing because you already faced Usyk, you faced Dubois already. You already have your resume, but I guess the last fight you can always make because I feel like AJ's actually gonna retire soon. There's certain guys that you can start telling like who's losing like love for their sport, and once you start taking these type of fights, that's how you know like it's almost over. So he's gonna get maybe one or two more paychecks, and he's gonna face Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's gonna beat him, by the way. But yeah, that's for him. With Jake, bro, that's the thing, guys. Because if you're Jake, right? If you look at the resume, you started off with a YouTuber, then you went up to like older MMA fighters. Then you start facing unknown boxers, and then you were supposed to fight Gervonta. And Matthew and Jay, I think that Gervonta would have done him worse than AJ, actually. I think he would have pieced him up even worse. He wouldn't have never taken his time. Matthew, we saw it live that AJ was like playing with his food. You know when you're about to eat, but you're like picking at it. You're like, okay, which part do I want? Oh, I want this part. But let's be honest. If AJ wanted to, this could have been over in the first or second round. He just wanted to give the fans a show. Obviously, it's the third most watched boxing fight ever. So, what can you do? You can't give them a first round, second round knockout. You toy with it until like later on, and like that's what I was imagining in my head. Because at the end of the day, Joshua, he's the type of fighter that you're kind of seeing how he's going to be with the press conferences. Because obviously, when he faced, like I always mentioned Ngannou when he knocked him out. And Ngannou, he was so like straight faced. In the press conferences, he was not like laughing. He was not joking around. He was just straight like, I'm going to go do this. And look what he did. He knocked him out. So with that, it's just like what I want to say is that what do you do with your Jake, bro? Because you've gone from like this your career has only been like doing like this, right? Yeah. So it's like if Joshua was the mountain, are you gonna go down to another YouTuber? Or you're gonna go like face a bad fighter? No, you have to like keep elevating. So Matthew and Jay, I think that he's gonna call out Canelo, and I think that's the next fight. He's gonna try to face Canelo.
God, bro, he's gonna fight Canelo.
He was there on Twitter. He said, "Double broken jaw, Canelo. I'll see you in 10 days." Like, I mean,
oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. The type of injury that Jake got, obviously the broken jaw in both places. There's actually a stat, and I need to like fact check this, but there's actually a thing that fighters that come back from like a broken jaw, they never like come back good, like because they have a metal jaw now. Yeah, like it's over.
He got that glass jaw, so they hit him right there. He's done. Damn.
But what I will say about Jake is that as much as I hate him and everything that he like stands for, he has his jaw is better than a lot of fighters because. The meme of this, and when me and Matthew were watching, we started laughing that when he got knocked down, he was like, "Whoa, yeah, hell, yeah, that's a real punch." Yeah. And mind you, the same punch that he got hit with, that punch knocked out Francis Ngannou. You know what I'm saying? It knocked out a lot of people. So, that's my only credit for him. He took it. And how much money he made, guys? He made $94 million with that. Yeah. So it's like, how can I hate?
I think he's good, bro. I would use some of that money just to ice my jaw. I'll be like, oh, this money feels good right now. Yeah, I don't like the guy either, but you got to give him credit. Me and Matt were on the fence with this, thinking this should be like fixed or whatever. It would go the distance and it would be a draw, whatever. It wasn't. It was real. He got knocked out on his ass. He took the punches. Hey, it was were you guys entertained? I was. I think it was pretty entertaining to watch. So I think that it's better. It was better than the Mike Tyson shit that we saw on Netflix a couple months ago. So. I'm not a big boxing person. I just, when the fights are on, I'm clicking onto, so you guys know better than me. I will say, agreeing with Raph, that does he head to another loss? Because you don't expect him to actually have a chance against Canelo, do you? So does he go up for another loss, or does he come back down to earth, get a win, and then try to go back up again? Again, it's about the Benjamins, it's about the money, so whatever makes the most green is what's going to fly on Netflix, and that's the end of the day.
The highlight of the night for Jake Paul was him coming out with 6'9". The absolute highlight of the night. J Rod, I know you got flashbacks to being in college and hearing
in a college dorm when that was playing. Like, I'm just like, oh man, just take me back, bro.
And Raph got taken back to Rays. I saw the look in Adriana's eyes. She was like, oh my God, St. Catherine's. That was pretty cool.
It was an epic troll job because him coming out with the brother outfits. Oh man, he's like, what a troll, man.
I think that was an elite entrance. But look, the early rounds, Raph was looking over to me like, why is this so close? Like, J Rod, this is the last time I'm ever gonna like discuss betting with Raph on a fight. Because this is like every time there's a big fight, we know the guy who's gonna win, and he's there like, man, but what if Jake wins this? And I put $10 on it, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, why not? And no, we should have been betting the house that he was gonna knock him out. It was only minus 400. He was gonna knock him out. We should have just bet the house between Theo Danny. We should have just bet the house. Like, it was obvious.
Raph, you said, sorry, I didn't cut you off, Matt. You said round 4, right? Last week he would get knocked out. I was trying to remember what round you said. I think it was. I can remember.
I don't remember.
I was trying to remember. I was like, did Raph nail it with 6? But I couldn't remember. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
But yeah, it was the early rounds. It was like we're kind of going back and forth. Jake connected. There was a punch, and Raph was like, "Whoa, we got him there clean." I'm like, what's going on here? This is rigged. I'm like, yep, this is the fight I thought was gonna happen. And no, and Jake got tired out, and AJ put him to sleep 2 rounds later, and that was all she wrote. But for Jake, I'll say, yeah, Canelo's probably next. He called him out on Twitter. I mean, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I think J-Rod, he will, though, fight somebody else first. Yep. Maybe just to get a win. Mm-hmm. And to make the fight interesting a little bit more. But for AJ, like you said, Raph Tyson Fury, that's probably the next guy. We don't expect him to win. Even though Raph the day will be like, Matt, maybe there's a chance here AJ wins. Like,
what's the odds, Matt? What's the odds?
I don't know, because these odds weren't even close, and Raph still told me, you never know.
We would have gotten no money. We would have got no money from AJ winning.
If we would have got the round, if we would have got the round exact, then that would have been.
We would have bet if we would have bet like $500 on the knockout. We could have gotten some money.
Yeah.
But no, instead I'm $10 down because Raph told me that the one in a billion chance. Even once the announcer said this will be the upset of sports history. I was like, all right, it's over. It's over. So that, guys, was just part of what was 2025 in sports. A lot of things happened this year.
Yes, sir.
J-Rod, I want to start with you here. What were your top 3 moments in sports this year?
You want me to just spit them all out, or do we do one by one? Spit them all out? All right.
We do one by one.
One by one? All right. So at my number 3, I was thinking about this a lot, actually, when we texted about it. Because there wasn't a lot of big moments, there was like I think there was a big event going on this year, but big moments was kind of spat. So I'm gonna pick for my number 3 OKC winning the title this year, and here's why. I think winning the championship with the team they built is gonna set the rest of the NBA on a different path going forward. It used to be all about having superstars. It used to be about building these super teams by having people just brought over, no chemistry, just we're going to plug you in and you're going to be the best player on the team and you're going to lead to championships. That's not how it works anymore. You need to build a team from scratch. You need to have the chemistry and you need a team to gel with the right coach in order to win a championship. And we're getting more back to that. You saw the Pacers in the finals. They were literally maybe a Halliburton injury away from being champions themselves. So I think the way that OKC won their championship, the way they're dominating still in 2025 before we head to the new year, I think this is going to change the NBA, maybe for the better, where it's not about the superstars anymore. Yes, you need a superstar in order to get far, but it's more about the chemistry and it's more about your bench play in the NBA. So that was my number 3 moment because I think it's going to impact the NBA for a long time.
Okay.
Go, Matt.
Nah, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Why you want to hear me? My number 3 is the Dodgers 2-peating. Back-to-back champs. We had a great series. I told Matthew from the start that I thought that Blue Jays didn't have a chance. I thought this was going to be an easy thing for the Dodgers. And then, boom, the Blue Jays go up 3-2. And then me and Matthew and Adriana, we were watching Game 6. And then we see, the ball's stuck. He could have got the ball out of the fence and he could have thrown it in. Blue Jays win. Game's over. Toronto's are champs. No, of course, the Dodgers know the rules. The rules are made for them. And we get Game 6, whatever. Okay. Game 7, we see a 3-run bomb from Boba off of Shohei Ohtani. Okay, this is looking good. Goes to the 9th inning, it's 3-2, and then you have a guy who hasn't made a home run in 2 years tie the game up. Are you serious, bro? If the script writers weren't a thing, and you didn't believe in script writers, I believe it now because that's right there, script writing at its finest, right? And then that's all she wrote. Here comes Yoshino Yamamoto, who came in off of no days of rest. He comes in, he delivers, he closes the game out, and the Dodgers are back-to-back champions, and they're going to be they're creating a what's it called?
Dynasty.
What's that thing? A dynasty. They're going to be 3-time champions very soon. And then the lockout's coming. So thank you, Matthew, for creating the Dodgers dynasty.
I thought the Mets were going to compete with them, but it looks like they're...
Wait, where's the Yanks who faced them in the World? Oh, wait, they lost to the Blue Jays. Okay.
Raph, you took my number 3. That is my number 3 as well. The Dodgers winning just an epic World Series. Especially those last 2 games. Those were all-time games. Game 7 was one for the ages. I mean, to have it end like that, Miguel Rojas hitting the bomb in the 9th. I'm there thinking it's going to be Ohtani, 2 outs in the 9th. This is it. And no, the guy before him does it. I mean, that's just all time. The drama in that game, Raph, like you said, the script writing. It felt like the fate of baseball was on the line in that game.
I was going to say that. I was like, it was like the fate of baseball was on the line.
The fate of baseball and the future of baseball was on the line, and the Blue Jays had them. They were 2 outs away. They had them. And it's over. And if the Dodgers win...
And you remember it again after you bring it up. It's like, damn, that really did happen. Fuck.
That was it. That was it. That's exactly what it felt like. Dodgers are probably going to do it again, Raph, like you said. But that was an all-time series, so that's at my number 3.
So you go ahead, Matt. You start your number 2 then.
At my number 2, this was a moment. Luka Doncic trade to the Lakers.
I want you to explain to the chat exactly what happened that day again.
So-
Say it exactly how it
So I
happened.
couldn't remember if that happened earlier this year or it happened last year, like in December.
It happened the Royal Rumble night.
Oh yes,
Royal
yes,
Rumble
yes.
night.
That's how long it's been. It feels like it's been like years, bro. Okay, go ahead.
I had to go
I have
look.
to
'cause
explain.
Yeah. It was we were coming off an unbelievable pain of John Cena losing the Royal Rumble to some guy named Jey Uso. We were all upset. They're playing dominoes, and Adonis gets up from the chair, and he's like, "Oh my god!" We were like, "What? He's like, "No, what's this? Can't be real! Oh my god!" And we're thinking somebody died, and he's like, "Luka just got traded to the Lakers," and we're like, "Holy shit!" We check our phones. We go tell Theo Danny. I call J Rod. He's like, "Oh my god, no fucking way! This is like."
Yo, Theo Denny was like, what?
That was an all-time moment this year. That was definitely a shock moment. So that's what I have in my number 2.
You Raph, yeah.
Yeah, so mine is also, it's not a moment, guy. Well, it can be seen as a moment, but mine is a game. Let's go with that. Mine is a game. Mine is the Ohtani 3 home run, 10 strikeout game. Oh my God.
Stop it.
That's a great moment. No, that's
Matt,
a good one.
Stop. Matt, you know I don't like glazing Ohtani, but let's just be honest. That guy was created in the lab. Let's just be honest. He's created in the lab. Matt, first of all, that game was a 3-0 game that if they win, they are advanced and it's over. They're in the World Series. Listen, Matt, you know, and Jay, you know me. I'm the last person that likes the Dodgers. But let's just be honest. 3 home runs, 10 strikeout. That's MLB The Show. That's a MLB The Show thing,
You're
and he
never
did it
gonna
in
see
real
that
life.
again, bro. You're never gonna see that again, Matt. That's a moment.
Maybe he tries hard and he wants to do it again. Maybe he does it again. But that's my number 2 moment because as much as I don't like the Dodgers, and as much I don't like Ohtani, you know me. I'm big on greatness and legendary stuff.
Yeah. My number 2 is also a trade that happened this year, but on the NFL side, and I'm going Micah Parsons being traded to Green Bay. I think right now it's kind of looked at as a bust because he's hurt, but remember when it happened back in the summertime? Everybody was talking about there's no way Jerry Jones is going to do this. This is all paparazzi. This is all filler. This is just to get, the camera on the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to play with that star on his head. Come to find out, we're 2 weeks into August, and Jerry Jones did the unthinkable and traded a franchise generational talent to another. I mean, when you think of football, you think of the 2 teams you probably think of is Dallas and Green Bay. Maybe Kansas City now, but like those are like cornerstone franchises. Like those are marquee franchises. And you just gave them away to the Green Bay Packers. So I think it's going to have lasting impact with the Green Bay Packers in a positive way. The Dallas is trying to recover from it by, Quincy Williams and stuff like that. But during that time, having a player of that caliber being traded, not signing as free agent, like Luka being traded, I think it was maybe not as big as Luka in the NBA, but for the NFL, it was one of the biggest trades that happened in a long time. So that's my number 2.
Should I start with my number 1? Since everyone the first one?
I think we might all have the same number 1. But yes, Raph, go ahead. You start.
The last time is now. That's my number 1 moment.
Yeah,
The last time is
that's
now.
mine too.
That was not my number 1 moment.
Really? Okay, so Raph, go ahead.
Whoa!
Number 1 moment thing. Go ahead.
My number 1 because, well, my number
Raph,
1
go ahead.
moment.
Do why Cena was your number 1 moment, and then Matt go.
Yeah, it's the same thing that next year when we hear that LeBron James is never gonna come back and he's gonna retire. I feel like a GOAT in your respectable sport, it has to be a top moment in my opinion. And like, even though all of us we don't agree of how it was booked, at the end of the day we all acknowledge that this is the last time for real. And even though he did lose and it was very sad and we are all still sad about it, it was like a poetic ending to like a year that could have been good for us, could have been bad, but at the end of the day, it's poetic. It's a poetic ending to the year. So I think it's exactly how it is.
Yeah. I'll go real quick because I had the same thing as you. I picked the combo. I picked his heel turn and his last match as like the top moment. Because when he turned heel, it basically he took over the world. It took not only sports, like it took over media, it took over. Everybody was talking about it. And then his last match, obviously, the way he lost, everybody talking about it, taking over the media and stuff like that. So I thought all three of us were gonna say the last time. So I'm curious to see what Matt had to say for his number one.
Because like I
moment
put
of
Cena's thing in
2025.
like a category of its own, just because it was an entire,
I
it
get
was an
that.
entire
Yeah, I get
year.
that. Yeah,
So I kind of just said, but my number one moment was the return of Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Leaving.
That was my number
I'm
one
leaving.
moment.
I'm leaving, bro.
The shock
Oh
factor
my god.
was all time of all times. None of us could have imagined that Brock Lesnar would be returning ever again. Rav, you told me every day for the past 2 years Brock is never coming back. So that was
Bro, I literally told you on the day of that Brock was spotted outside of
that was
MetLife.
fake. That was fake, bro. Those were all rumors, garbage. Those were fake. This was all time moment.
So explain to the audience exactly how it went and your reaction, Matt.
There were tears in my eyes, tears of joy because I couldn't believe it. It's just one of those things that you get tears
Chad.
of joy of when you just can't believe
Yo,
that,
listen,
holy shit,
Chad.
that actually happened.
There was real discussion of like, yo, did we just see Brock Lesnar for the last time? He was supposed to come out at Rumble, he didn't come out. Like it was like, oh, I guess Brock Lesnar's just finished. He's done. So I didn't even think about that, man. I can see why that's your number one because I honestly thought Brock was finished. I was like, yeah, Brock's never coming back. He's never coming back. It's over. Like Matt's right. So I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about
That
it.
was just all time for me. I just never thought it was gonna happen at the end. So that's why it happened at number one.
Damn boys.
But Rap's just a hater. Rap's just a hater.
Another year in the books, fellas. 2026. Any bold predictions for the 2026 year? Are we any champions we want to call? Any things we think is gonna happen in the MLB or the NFL or the NBA before we sign off? And our next podcast would be in the new year. It's gonna be January. Well, I don't know. You guys gotta let me know when you can do it.
All right. I'm gonna go with mine first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me go with NBA. NBA, I think we have a back-to-back champion for the first time since the Warriors, 2017, 2018. Yep. Okay. For the NFL, I have. Yikes! I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win the Super Bowl, bro. Oh my God! If I can say, okay, we have to pick one team to make. I mean, has to win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna say bold. I'm gonna say Josh Allen gets the job. Oh my God!
Yo, Raph, that's not good. I thought the same thing. I was like, I'm gonna
Just get my
Josh
note.
Allen.
I have.
You thought so
Let
too?
me get my here.
I got Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl. I have Bad Bunny having the most viewed Super Bowl of all time, or Super Bowl halftime of all time. It's not going to be close.
It's not gonna be close.
MLB, I have the Dodgers three-peating, but I have the Mets going deep. Call me crazy. The Mets are going to go to the playoffs. We're going to be deep. We're going to be better than we are this last year. Let's eat. Let's eat, Mets. Let's go, Mets. All right, your turn. Whoever's next.
All right, man.
Oh, Rav, you have to get some players first on the Mets because I don't think you have anybody right now.
I think
It's
we're
on
in
Marte
December.
I don't know.
Whoa! Whoa!
We'll see. For the NFL, since that will be first, I will say that the Rams, of course, are going to win the Super Bowl. And Matthew Stafford will win the MVP and the Super Bowl MVP. Matty Stafford will retire, and Raf will have no choice but to call him a Hall of Famer and a top 10 quarterback of all time.
He's not a Hall of Famer right now.
It's not.
I think he is, but Raf is going to stamp it officially. I thought he was a Hall of Famer after he won the first one, but
Yeah, I thought so too.
For the NBA, let's say the Thunder. Still the Thunder. For MLB, let's say the Dodgers. I do think the Yanks will make the playoffs, but as of right now, don't expect much. I don't think the Mets will be in the playoffs as of right now. Again, I think Austin Theory will win a championship, some championship next year.
Wait, the 24/7 championship is back, Jay?
Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Disrespectful, man. Maybe Theory shave head.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
All right, NFL. I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think it's their year. Like, I think he just has to. I feel like this is, if he doesn't get it done now, he's never gonna get it done. So I'm gonna put all my chips on Josh Allen for this year. MLB, not too keen on that, like y'all know, but y'all looking Dodgers, so I'm just gonna agree with y'all. But guys, Matt, I'm here to tell you, you're gonna hear from me first. 2026, this is our year. This is our year where New York is gonna stand up, and I'm talking about stand up tall, and we are going to be the David who defeats those Goliaths in the NBA Finals. And I'm telling you right now, the 2026 NBA champions will be the Oklahoma City Thunder when they beat the Knicks in the finals. Okay? Okay? But we're going to make it to the finals. I guarantee you that. Now, I also am going to guarantee that Giannis will be traded before the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say he goes to Houston. I'm sorry, he goes to San Antonio. He teams up with Wemby, and I feel like he pulls the trigger, and they take over. They try to take over the West. Maybe not this year because the chemistry or whatever, but they're gonna try to compete for OKC in the West. So yeah. All right, boys. So this is the last podcast for 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
No exciting things coming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Merry Christmas, guys. I know I probably won't see y'all. Maddie, I won't see you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry
guys.
Christmas and Happy New Year's.
All right, brother.
See you guys. All right.